happy, and I think again I was in like my senior year, and I was about to have my prom, and I felt so good at my prom with my new GinaCurl. I was like, oh, this is amazing. I was dancing all night, not worried about my hair, and it still looked great at the end. I was like, this is it. This is it. So.
Hey there, so welcome to GinaCurl Talk, where we're going to sit and talk about the GinaCurl, of course. And this is Leslie and Niah and Leota. Leota's here from Sweden. She's a stylist, a certified stylist in Sweden. And what town is that again?
Stockholm.
And Leota's going to ask the girls some questions, and they're going to chat about the GinaCurl. And I'm going to step away, and here they go.
Alright, ladies. I know everybody's interested in these questions.
Alright.
Okay, so I'm going to give it to you straight.
Okay.
Okay, so Leslie, when did you find out about the GinaCurl?
I would say I was a senior in high school when I found out, so 2016. My mom actually found it because I was going into college, and then we'd been dealing with my hair obviously my whole life, from going to like straightening it, blow drying it, having braids, having twists, and I was at the point where I'm like, if I don't figure out what I'm doing with my hair when I go into college, I'm shaving it off because I'm done. I'm tired. So my mom was actually looking on YouTube and found GinaCurl. She found all of her videos, and then she showed me some, one of like a little girl who like 6, 7, or 8 who got the GinaCurl, and someone, Maggie, who's an older woman who got the GinaCurl. And seeing both of them, like completely different ages, but their hair looked beautiful, like no breakage, I was interested, so that's how I found out.
Yeah. What about you? What's your story?
Well, actually very similar. I think I was probably a freshman in undergrad. So I started going natural, and I just found it was like so much work. It was really tiring, and I was in school for nutrition, which is like a lot of work, and I was like, I need to find something else. And at this time, you know, all the like natural girlies were kind of getting bigger on YouTube. And I was watching them, and I liked them, but I was like, I don't know, I want to do something else.
Yeah.
Right.
And I didn't want braids, I didn't want to try locks or any other style. And I was just like scouring like through the depths of YouTube, and somehow I ended up on Maggie, and I saw her beautiful long gray hair, and was like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. And she's also Haitian, so I was like, yes, this is what I'm gonna
The
do.
co-sign right there.
Yeah, and then I remember I literally grew my hair out because I wanted it to be long like Maggie's, and I grew my hair like a year or two, for a while, before I was like, okay, let me call these people and get my stuff settled. So, yeah.
Inspiring. So what was your initial thoughts and feelings after you did it?
Shock. Honestly, I still remember the day I got it, and like the rods were taken out, and I saw how bouncy my hair was, and my eyes went so wide. I was like, what? Did they like change my hair, and I was like, they put me to sleep and put someone else's hair on my head? I didn't understand it.
Right.
But it was just amazing, like running my hair through it. It was great. I felt like so happy, and I think again I was in like my senior year, and I was about to have my prom, and I felt so good at my prom with my new GinaCurl. I was like, oh, this is amazing. I was dancing all night, not worried about my hair, and it still looked great at the end. I was like, this is it. This is it. So
Here you are, years later.
Yeah.
And Niah, how was your initial feelings after that?
Oh my gosh, I feel like we're gonna have a lot of similar answers, but when I remember, like I literally remember seeing them take out the rollers and being like just speechless. Like, oh my god, I was so happy. And then I showed all my friends, and I was like, I'm so glad I did it. And everyone was like, don't do it. You don't know. It's chemical, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was like, God, that's it. Like, what else is there?
Yeah.
What else is there for me to do? So,
Right.
yeah, that was it.
So that leads to my next question. Your friends and family, how do they feel about you doing this?
Yeah, so I specifically remember my mom's response, because she was like, you know, she permed my hair when I was really, really young, and like a relaxer, like the, you know, the cream, and she, like, it would break my hair off, basically, and my hair was, like, thinner, so much drier. And so she saw, like I said, I started going natural for, like, 2 years, and she saw how my hair was growing and, like, thriving, and she was like, no, don't do it, like, it's looking so good, you know, it's so full. Like, I wish that I didn't, like, put these ideas in your head. And I'm like, no, Mom, like, this is wholly my decision. I want to do this for me because, like, you're not doing my hair anymore. So
it's me now.
Yeah, you're not doing my hair anymore. So, all right, we got to find some kind of compromise. And she was like, I don't know why you're doing it. And then I remember when I drove back after my appointment, she was like, oh, that looks good. I was like, yes, sis. And now she actually wants it. So I have to, like, refer her, but I'm busy. But I'll treat her to it.
Right.
Yes. But yeah.
What about you? What did your family feel?
So, you know, my mom was the one I found it. She was super thrilled. She was like, I don't gotta touch your hair anymore? Great, I'm good. My dad was interesting. I feel like I was on a separate path, meaning that my mom always wanted to put relaxer in my hair because it was just a lot to deal with. But even from a young age, I was like, no, I don't want to do that because you just hear all these horror stories, people's hair falling out. I was like, I don't want none of that. I know my hair is hard to deal with, but I like my hair though. Like, I don't want it to go away. Right. And my dad was very much in agreement with that, where he was always like, no relaxer, no chemicals at all. And so when I told him I was doing it, he was like, you know, be careful. Like, you know, you don't want it to damage your hair. And I said, I know. Like, that's been my concern as well. But once I got it and he saw it, he was like, it looks fine. It looks great. And I have had no problem since. So at this point, like, everyone in my family knows I have it, but it's kind of just sort of become a part of who I am. And it looks great. My hair is growing. My hair is healthy. And that's all they really care about. So at the end of the day, they're like, great, go do it. I've had cousins come up to me like, so, like, what's the GinaCurl? Like, how can I get one? Mm-hmm. You know, I've had aunts be like, okay, my child needs that because I'm done. Right. So I think my family's definitely, like, really open to it and would like to get one eventually. I see that coming.
Great. Yeah. And which GinaCurl is this? What number are we on right now?
This is number 12 for me.
Number 12.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes,
So you're a veteran.
Yes, I am. Been here a lot.
Wow. Okay. And what about you?
Number 17.
Number 17.
Yes.
17. You look 17, by the way.
Oh, I wish. I'm about to be 30. So.
Okay, there you go. Fantastic. Happy life. Do you ever see yourself going back to a natural?
Not at this time, no. I feel like I've gotten a little bit spoiled with how, like, easy my hair is to manage at this point. Even, like, once the regrowth happens and my wash time gets a little bit longer, I'm like, dang it. Like, I want that 15 minutes smack, you know? Right. So I can't imagine going back to, like, the 2 hours I was in the shower before. And also, I think the biggest thing is my hair is healthier now. Yeah. That's the biggest point, because when I was sort of in that transition phase of, like, well, not really transition phase, but just not doing twists and braids, but wearing it, like, out and natural, my hair would break off so much in the back. It was getting, like, to an alarming rate, and my mom was really concerned, but I just knew I didn't want to get a relaxer. Right. But I think having my hair as it is now, it's how I want it, it looks how I like, and how I like it to look, and it's healthy and it's growing. Those are, like, my main concerns, and as long as those things are happening, I don't see it changing.
Okay. And what about you? Do you ever see going back to a natural?
I do. Maybe, like, years in the line, but mostly because I love the way locks look, and I want to get locks at some point in my life. I love experimenting with my hair, so yeah. But that's not because of, like, I want to stop this.
Yeah.
Just
want to very
Life is long.
I actually told myself, like, a few years ago, like, I'm gonna get locks when I turn 30, and then now I'm like,
40.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, maybe 35,
Right.
maybe 37. So yeah.
You're not ready yet. So you kind of answer the next question, but how has it changed your life, your routines, things like that? How has it affected you having this?
I think it's just made life easier. I know that sounds like kind of like an exaggeration, but it's really true because it takes a lot of time and a lot of stress. I think not only the stress from just, like, figuring out what you're going to do with your hair, I don't have that anymore. I just know if I wake up, I'm going to take a shower, wet my hair, put some conditioner in and leave, and I'm good to go. I think it takes a lot of, like, stress off your head that way, but also just knowing that my hair isn't going to break off. And I felt like when I was, completely natural, I kept looking for things, like, scouring online, like you were saying, of like, okay, my hair is breaking off, what do I use? And it's just so overwhelming, the amount of things that you have to do that might not even work for your hair because your hair is so particular. Is it porous? Is it not porous? Those kind of things. I don't really have to worry about that anymore. I know that if I wash it this many times a week, I put conditioner in, I keep it moisturized, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And it just made a lot of things easier.